It's a morning show, for God's sake.
DJ Envy.
Better known as the people's choice. And salute to all my light-skinned brothers out there.
Jess Hilarious.
Just for the worldwide mass. Just don't do no lying.
And Charlamagne the God.
Donkey today.
Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
Breakfast Club is up here on America's front porch.
Don't feel like my rich cousins that never talk to me tonight.
Every time I go to the Breakfast Club, I know it's going to be like a good morning.
I'm getting
Good morning, USA.
Yo, 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious. Hi. Charlamagne the God. Peace to the planet. It's Friday. I'm going to Human Resources today. What's up, Red? Your mic's not on, Red. Your mic's still not on, Red. I'm going to Human Resources today. This is what, the third day, the fourth day in a row that my co-hosts are not here when we cracked this mic?
Check.
There we go. What's up, Red?
What up, man?
What the hell is going on out there?
They've been late a couple of days this week.
Now, we let Jess Hilarious slide because, of course, Jess is pregnant. But come on, Charlamagne. Usually, I can make an excuse. I can say, well, you know, Charlotte, sometimes you need gas in the morning. You got to decide whether you're going to get gas for your car or make it on time. But I used that excuse already. No? What's up, Mack? How you feeling?
Morning.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm going to Human Resources after this.
Happy Friday.
I don't know what's going on here. Well, happy Friday. A lot going on today. Well, I don't know if you've heard, but Future and Metro Boomin released another album. We Still Don't Trust You. And it seems like everybody is beating up Drake. They're jumping Drake at this point.
It's a light-skinned thing.
No, it's not right.
It is a light-skinned thing.
It's not right. It's not fair. They got to stop. We got to have a one-on-one. You can't just keep jumping them. On the album, I see ASAP. ASAP has a verse. ASAP Rocky has a verse going at Drake.
That's a diss track, right?
Seems like it is. Seems like The Weeknd threw some bars at Drake.
Look, ever since that Eclipse, everybody been acting up. This beef has gotten... It's out of control now.
Of course, that's Big Mac from Wildin' Out. You know, one of the producers up here.
I just didn't want you talking to yourself.
Thank you. J. Cole is on the album. How is J. Cole on the album? J. Cole just did a tour with Drake.
And he flowing too. Pause.
Is this old J. Cole or is this new J. Cole?
This is like he just paid off his student loan, J. Cole.
So it seems like an old verse.
Yeah, a little right. No, the vibe is. It's definitely a new verse, but the vibe is definitely right after paying your Sally Mae off.
I heard it, but he's not throwing shots at Drake. But still. Jesus Christ. Drake's gonna have to respond to everybody. He's just gonna have to just go at war with everybody. It's just gonna be Drake versus the world, and I get it. But you can't keep beating up my light-skinned brother like that. What's up, Charlamagne?
I'm making up stuff.
No.
Here's the thing. Y'all gassing
You gotta
it.
say good morning first.
Well, good morning. Peace,
Good morning.
everybody. Y'all gassing it. Like 95% of this stuff that y'all saying is disses ain't even disses.
A$AP Rocky did this?
I think he did. I
Okay.
listened, but I couldn't really catch it.
What about The Weeknd?
That don't sound like a diss to me. Who else they said? I saw them say J. Cole. Like, was J. Cole throwing shots at Kendrick? No, he wasn't.
No,
responding to the beef or something like that.
I didn't see that. I just seen A$AP Rocky in The Weeknd.
Here's the thing. They trying to gas up Drake to do something. Drake, you got one op out there. His name is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick is the only one wanting smoke. Kendrick wants to eat graham crackers. Okay? Everybody else, I don't even know what that is.
Go with everybody.
That's just the internet gassing things. Why do they do that? And you go online and it's like, Weeknd, this is Drake. J. Cole, this is Kendrick. A$AP Rocky, this is Drake.
I think it's the bars that I think The
Drake.
Weeknd said I almost signed my life away. So I think that's what
That's
people
not a
took
diss.
that. I think A$AP Rocky, really did diss Drake.
And if Rocky did, Rocky old Drake that.
He did.
Drake, yeah, Rocky old Drake that.
I see you on the album. You made the album.
Yeah, something I said on Brand is. We should start the show at 6:03.
I was waiting for you, sir.
I've been here.
Yeah, right.
Made me a king right now.
Wait, hold on. Before we do, let's tell the people who's coming on the show today.
We got Neil Brennan.
Comedian and writer Neil Brennan will be joining us this morning.
He's got a new Netflix special out
called Crazy Good.
Crazy Good.
And also Michael Eric Dyson will be joining us. He's going to be speaking at the National Action Network convention.
More.
Hey, there's the team. I'm glad you guys could join us this morning.
I'm glad too.
Let's get to the joke. What we get into, Red?
Streets made me a king.
Streets made me a king. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Let's get in some front page news. Now, for the first time in 5 years, taxes are actually due on tax day. All right, so the federal and state taxes are due Monday. Now, usually because of holidays, weekends, and COVID-19, they gave you a little extra time. But no, taxes are due on Monday. So if you don't have your taxes ready, file an extension. But you better pay your taxes because they will be charging you. And I know Uncle Sam listens every morning, so good morning to the IRS office.
To the IRS, man. What's happening? Appreciate you. The only people that can stick us up and ain't nothing we can do about it. Okay?
Damn.
Not at all. By the way, like I always say, I wouldn't have no problem paying taxes if I knew exactly where my tax dollars were going. If I could actually see this amount of money that you spent is going here. You know what I actually think I wish they would do? I wish they would let us pick where we want our money to go. I don't have no problem, supporting any initiatives.
Well, there would have to be categories, though, right? Because it would have to be like, restructuring the bridges. It would have to be.
I have no problem with that.
Schools. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
You just want to know where it's going.
Let me choose. Let me choose where my dollars are going.
You can't, though.
Because that's why it's a hypothetical.
I mean, how they gonna send money to Ukraine and all those other places that you
I don't want my money to go over there.
Well,
that's my point.
That's why you can't pick it.
I want to keep all my money in America. All right, and if I do send it overseas, I want to pick the country.
No, you can't. You can't send it to Anguilla. You can't say okay.
I want to send it to Anguilla. I want to send it to Ghana. Yes, absolutely.
I send it to Haiti.
Damn right. That's absolutely.
But
I want to be able to choose where my tax dollars go. That's all I'm simply saying. I probably wouldn't have no problem if I could do that.
Also, we got to send a rest in peace to O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson passed away at the age of 76. He reportedly died after a battle with prostate cancer. You know him professionally. His nickname was The Juice. And we just want to send a rest in peace to him. There was mixed emotions when he passed away yesterday.
Absolutely.
Some people were, rest in peace, and one of the greats when it came to the NFL. And then some people were saying good riddance. But we just want to say rest in peace to O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, it's so strange to watch a bunch of grown-ass adults say that it was karma that a man died at 76 years old from prostate cancer. You do realize the average age of a man, a lifespan is probably about 74. You do realize that anybody can get prostate cancer, right? I don't know why people act like health issues are karma. That's not karma.
No. And a lot of them know that they coming up on their 70s.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's so
relax.
weird. It's just weird to me. It's karma. No, it's not. He was 76 years old and had prostate cancer.
That's right.
It's called life. It happens.
Right. Now, his family requested privacy and grace during this time of transition on his O.J. Simpson Twitter/X account, whatever you want to call it. And also, this is something that Charlamagne and I say all the time. You have to go to the doctor. I know sometimes you don't want to go to the doctor. You don't want to know what it is. But some of these things that people are passing away from can be prevented, can be cured, can be stopped. So you have to go to the doctor. It doesn't matter what you are. Once you get to that age, I know a lot of times we go out, we drink, we have fun and party. But once we start getting older in life, we want to be there for our kids. We want to be there for our family members. So take your ass to the doctor.
Yeah, and I mean, the prostate exam is super uncomfortable, especially when you don't expect one. I went to go get a vasectomy consultation and ended up with a prostate exam. And, I had all type of thoughts going through my head because, when they do the vasectomy consultation, you got to pull your pants down, and they got to look at your legs and all of that type of stuff. And then the doctor's like, you know what, you need a prostate. I'm like, nah, this man think I'm cute. Like, why all of a sudden?
He spun.
No, I did. We had a conversation. I Googled. I texted a few people. I'm just trying to figure out if this is normal. And
it's like, boy, turn around and bend over. Come on. Nobody got time for you to call nobody.
So you wanted to have a conversation first before you did.
You goddamn right. I want to ask questions. That's what you should do with your doctor, dumbass. You don't just go to your doctor and talk. I mean, let your doctor do anything. You talk to him. Figure it out. But yes, I'm fine. I don't have a prostate.
Did he slap you on your ass when he was done?
No. See, this is why people don't want to get prostate exams. First of all, you're gonna give positive information out there and
tell people go to the doctor and then make jokes. And then now,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, still gonna get these
make
jokes.
Somebody slap that doctor. So don't slap me on my ass. Lord.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Let's discuss something on your mind, whatever it may be. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, Envy?
What's up, Trav?
Hey, Trav.
Hey, I'm not in the mood today, y'all. I'm not in the mood today, y'all.
What happened now?
Okay, let me tell y'all something. Simba, okay? I think you're a very talented person. Very talented lyricist, very talented artist. Charlamagne gave Donkey today to people like you unhealed heathen. Leave Cole alone, okay? You have surfers, then you have the waves. Cole is the wave, and like Charlamagne told you the other day, you a surfer. Leave Cole alone. You got his pair, but he knocked your head off.
Wait, what
Y'all,
happened?
what are you calling on?
Simba did a freestyle where he just was basically, I guess you could say throwing shots at Cole, but he was just expressing how you feel about Cole apologizing. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah, he said
Okay, Charlamagne gave people like him Donkey of the Day. So when you go listen to Charlamagne's Donkey of the Day, he was talking about people like Simba. Watch your mouth, Simba.
Trav, how do you feel
Yeah.
about J. Cole doing a verse on the Metro Future new album?
2 months ago, Cole was in the studio with Metro. It was coming. Do y'all homework and leave Cole alone.
Okay.
You gonna cry in the car, Trav?
Damn. But no, Simba basically said you let the squad down. Like, it wasn't too tough. It was
Wasn't
just
nothing
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's good? This Magnificent Dre from Hit Like That.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hey, what's good? Hey, shout out to Charlamagne, DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Peace, King. How you, brother?
Okay, I just wanted to give a notice to everybody else. We got a new Freak Meet coming out in Atlanta on the 20th.
Y'all doing another Freak Meet?
Yeah, it's Killer Mike hosting it.
Does anybody in Atlanta know about this?
Yeah, if you go on Scotty ATL, he posting it, and it's link you can go to it.
And what date is it?
April 20th.
Oh, April
Oh, the
20th.
That's
20th.
his 420. That's his birthday, right? It's
Oh,
420
yeah,
concert.
yeah. And that's his born day.
That's
That's
his
Killer
born
Mike's
day.
born day, 420.
Yeah, salute
Okay.
to Killer Mike.
Hey.
Get it off your chest, y'all. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up!
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, this your boy Geechee the anonymous Geechee calling from the bottom of the plane, Choptown, Libby. What's going on, Big Mount?
843, what's happening, my brother?
Man, look, I got the trifecta for you on Freaky Friday.
Talk
The
to me.
first one I will get off my chest. Sidebar. I was watching a Tubi movie, and one of the actors was reading your book in the movie. Word.
Wow. Which one? Which book?
Yeah. I can't remember. Shook Ones.
Why you ain't telling me that,
I
Jess?
can't remember.
Because I ain't see that.
Yeah, man. One of the Tubi movies, my dog, the actor is reading your book.
All
So
right.
let me get back to the main story. All right? I want to get this off my chest. I was dating a young lady who you took a picture with me. She moved from Boston, came to Charleston, lived with me, drove my car. Her father died, left her 100 racks, and she flipped on me.
No, man. Damn.
Word. And you took a picture with her at the airport that she used to work at. And guess what? I got another one. Jess, fix my mess. This chick goes to the Bahamas, lies and says she go to the Barbados, and I find out she wasn't where she was supposed to be, and I didn't go on the trip.
She was from
The
Charleston,
third
too?
part, I will give her the donkey today. If you going to do a restraining order against a brother who hadn't seen you in 3 weeks, don't get caught with the video camera with you in the bed and he's showing it to the judge. Give her ass to Vegas Hee Haw.
I know that's right. He did 4 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got too much going on in the holy city, my brother.
Yes, Lord.
I know, man. I need some prayer.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Give me some
sir.
positive vibes.
I'm going to send you some healing energy, King.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Jesus Christ.
843 all day, low country.
Wasn't nobody reading your book in no
That's a lie.
movie.
That's a
No,
lie.
you don't even know.
I don't, but
Wasn't
you-
nobody.
Good morning.
Just don't watch every Tubi movie.
This Wallow? He said, good morning.
Nah, it's
What?
Frankie. Frankie, what up? Get it off
Oh,
your
what's up,
chest.
Frankie?
Hey, what's up? Hey, look, DJ Envy. I called a couple of weeks ago about my car. Not starting. You were right. Everything was covered. Everything was covered.
Oh, yeah,
You
you
got
said
me
what's
right.
wrong with your car.
That's-
Yeah, yep. I'm good. Well, I'm glad you had to pay nothing
Yeah,
out your pocket.
that's not what I
bro.
called about.
Okay.
Hey, look. So I just heard the interview about saying like people taking the low hanging fruit. People taking the easy way. Look, I'm a single parent. I work 60 hours as a machine operator, and I go to school studying for electrical engineering. It's hard, but we need more people like that. We don't need more radio personalities. We don't need more rappers. We don't need none of that. What we do need is more people out here going to school to learn trades like plumbing, electricity.
I'm with you, my brother. I say it all. We say that
All
all the
that.
time.
He is
I'm
absolutely
a big proponent of trade school. I think everybody should go out there and learn how to do something with your hands. You know, go get that quick money right now.
Yeah.
Especially for parents, because at the end of the day, like I'm doing this for me, but basically it's going to provide a better life for my kids.
Absolutely.
You know, we'll do anything for our daughters.
That's
Speaking
right.
of doing anything, hey, Charlamagne, I need to holler at you.
Yes, sir.
I told you my daughter wanted to come to the festival. I went and bought her ticket. The whole time she was sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take a picture with Charlamagne. I'm gonna show da." I looked there. It was no VIP ticket. Hey, look, you can send me a cash app.
No. I got you. You we'll find each other at the festival. I promise. I got you.
Hey, I appreciate that. Look,
just remind me when you. Damn, I'm about to say. Just remind me. Like now, everybody will be saying they you.
Yo, remember I spoke to you. Remember I'm the guy with the car.
But I'll see your daughter. What's your daughter's name?
I was gonna say get his name.
Her name. Hey, look, her name is Kamara Lloyd.
Okay.
And she's 13 years old.
We'll see y'all April 27th in Atlanta, man, at the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival.
All right.
Happening at Pullman Yards. Make sure you go get your tickets at eventbrite.com or blackeffect.com/podcast festival. Yes.
That's right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got Jess With The Mess coming up.
Yeah, it's a lot of blows being traded back and forth in this music. I know that.
All right. And we'll talk about it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess With The Mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
So as we know, Chris Brown dropped the deluxe edition of his album 1111, and it features a diss directed at Quavo. On the song Freak, Chris takes a shot at Quavo.
Oh my God, no.
Then Karuchi ran after him. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I just mean Chris recorded that a while ago, and it was too fire for him not to put on this album. That's what that was. But that was so long ago, right?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was in 2017. Quavo actually started dating Karuchi, who had previously dated Chris Brown or whatever, right? And then they, for those who don't remember or whatever, they got into like a little altercation, allegedly.
At a parking lot, right?
After the BET Awards, backstage, actually. So, and then the artist was recently just seen sitting together at an event, but they were awkwardly sitting together. That was placement. I think production did that.
Yeah, Chris even said something about it. He was he said something like, I have to be.
It's for business.
It's for business.
Like,
yeah.
They ain't got, he ain't got to say nothing to me, and I ain't got to say nothing to him. Listen, Quavo heard that, and all these artists got studios in their house. Mm-hmm. He slid down them steps. And he made his song. He made his little diss, and then he came back at Chris.
When Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Quavo said, nope, I'm taking it to the floor. Damn, we going to break dance.
Not don't beat her up.
Damn.
Chris Brown can't wait to fly downstairs. Listen. All right, so we I guess we on standby to see who else coming after that. Well, we know Chris gonna say something. All right, Future and Metro Boomin, We Still Don't Trust You album that's out, and people online speculating that it's a few Drake disses. And on the song Show of Hands with A$AP Rocky, he mentions Drake being mad that he is now with Rihanna.
A$AP owed Drake that though, because Drake had some he had some bars for them on For All the Dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, he owed him that.
I just want A$AP to really it wasn't believable to me.
I don't even hear what the diss was, but
Yeah.
Basically, it made it seem like he smashed his baby moms before he had his first son. That's what it made it seem like.
He was like, man, I've been here, Rihanna. Like, this ain't like you ain't.
No, I don't think it was Rihanna. I think it was some of the other one. Play it again.
Oh my God.
Think about it. He said I smashed before you had your first son.
No.
Pluto, Metro, should've put me on the first one. Digging sweaty, but your baddest, I just bagged the worst one. Digging in they feelings over women, what you heard of, son? I smashed before you birthed, son. Flacco hit it first, son. Still don't trust you. Always us.
That's what it sound like.
It sound like he hit his baby mother.
I think you're right.
That's what it sound like.
Lord. I thought it was like I was hitting Rihanna before you even got Shorty pregnant. Like the other Shorty. Oh, okay, well. If he did, okay, that's cute or whatever. But anyway.
I could be wrong.
I mean, you could be. We don't know, but whatever. On first Sunday, Future steals his flow back from Drake. Now, we know Future wrote Drake's song, Feel No Ways, on his album Views, so
that's like a subtle shot? Like Future's trying to let people know I ghost wrote for Drake?
That's me. Like, I did that.
Keeping the fuel on the ghostwriting rumors?
He did. I mean, it's just still like petty a little bit. It's like, all right, these are not real disses. This is just mentions.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the real disses. The fact
you waiting for the real diss?
Yeah,
because I got one coming up.
Okay.
All right, so The Weeknd sung this nigga down.
I don't consider that a diss. Like that's just him talking. Like what Quavo and Chris Brown was doing was dissing.
That was a diss.
That was the R&B way of dissing.
But no,
all you said was, "I'm glad I ain't signed my life away." So
I'm
what?
glad I signed my life away.
Yeah,
your shooters on TikTok. So what?
He was
shooters on
serious.
TikTok.
Everybody on TikTok.
He said, and we never do the big talk.
We never do the big talk.
The fact that all these blogs online here, everything is a diss, lets you know everything you need to know. They're just a bunch of bloodthirsty, unhealed heathens who live for the drama because they know the drama gets them engagement.
It all kind of sound like this too. I ain't gonna front, but Drake got to fight back now.
Yeah, he don't like.
Come on, Drizzy.
Not after somebody. Don't ever sing to me. Like, don't sing to me.
Listen,
you know,
the internet is trying to gas Drake up. The internet wants to.
No,
hear,
they got to.
The internet wants to hear Drake get active, so they saying everything is a Drake diss. Drake, stay focused. You got one out. And his name is Kendrick Lamar.
They all throwing shots.
And you've been ducking that fight for a long time. Kendrick been bullying you for several years now, and you've done nothing about it. Now, if you choose to ignore it, cool. That's on you. I'm not mad at it. I just want you to know we know who's been challenging you, and you know too. It ain't The Weeknd. It ain't A$AP Rocky. Okay?
It's all of them.
It's Kendrick Lamar.
Give him bars. Give him all bars in rap.
No. We just need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch. This would be a great time to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch.
They would jump him, though.
Yes, they would.
They would jump him. He'd be by himself. Be Drake and Chubb by himself.
Kendrick would come out the rafters like Sting. Remember Sting used to come out the rafters dressed like the Crow with the long black trench coat on and the face paint and the baseball bat.
He used to sit up there.
Yes.
Antisocial, introverted, just watching everybody.
That's Kendrick right now. Kendrick is Sting in the rafters, just waiting.
I got confidence in Drizzy.
Waiting.
I got confidence in Drizzy.
Well,
confidence to do what?
To rap.
Yeah, he can rap, but he ain't got nothing on Kendrick Lamar.
No, he gonna come back. I don't know when.
He better
hopefully
keep chilling.
soon.
He better keep chilling in the
You don't think so?
Sexy Red. That's what he better keep doing.
Nah,
he got no mind.
Yeah, we acting like Drake ain't got bars.
Drake,
is that what
Drake
we saying?
is phenomenal. Kendrick and Drake would be a phenomenal matchup. I'm just telling you, he don't want it with Kung Fu Kenny. Yeah. That's my. He don't want it with Kung Fu Kenny.
He can take A$AP. He can take The Weeknd.
Y'all stop it,
He
man.
can sing back. But
Y'all stop it.
Drake is a smart championship fighter. Yeah. He know the match he should not take.
Yeah, he don't need.
He's been
to
ducking
come
this
back.
match for several years.
Yeah, he don't need to come back with any of them for that. We still don't.
Did people
trust
say that when he battled the Meek and him and Meek went back and forth?
That was a good fight for him, and he won that. But then he lost to Pusha.
All right.
And he don't want it with Kendrick.
Okay.
And if he do want it with Kendrick, then he need to show and prove. But if he chooses not to, I'm cool on that too. But I just want him to know that the op is Kendrick Lamar.
Well, Kendrick. You say he lost to Meek?
No, I did not say that.
Oh,
Nobody heard that at all.
Come on now.
Nobody heard that.
Come on.
Kendrick is the one that wants to fight. Kendrick has been challenging him for several years.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe he's going to do it on his time, right? He's not going to listen to your social media antics, and he's going to do it on his time when he wants to do it.
I'm not mad at that either.
Okay.
Leadership.
All right. When we come back, we got front page news. We'll tell you about Biden. Biden was supposed to be talking to a group of journalists, but the journalists weren't in the room. It was an empty hallway. We'll tell you about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, Tom Brady, he joked that he's not opposed to coming back to the NFL. This would be after his second retirement.
I'm not opposed to it. If they would, I don't know if they're going to let me if I become an owner in the NFL team, but I don't know if, I don't know. I'm always going to be in good shape. I'll always be able to throw the ball. So to come in for a little bit, like MJ coming back, I don't know if they let me, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I mean, the way the rules are set up in the NFL where it's damn near flag football, it probably would, be okay for him to come back at the tender age of 46 and stay in the pocket and just throw the football. It's not like they can hit nobody no more.
So they really can't hit
I mean, they hit, but
barely.
You got to be extra careful.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we got to talk about Biden. Biden cancels another round of student debt for over 200,000 borrowers. We got the audio in? It says the audio is in. It's in. It said, look at the string. That's it.
From day one, my administration has been committed to fixing the broken student loan system and making sure higher education is a ticket to the middle class, not a barrier. My administration has approved debt cancellation for 4 million Americans through various actions. And today, I'm announcing new plans that would cancel student debt for millions more. In total, these plans would cancel some or all student debt for 30 million Americans when combined with everything we've done so far. To find out how these plans may impact you, visit studentaid.gov.
Round of applause. I'm not mad at that. Dropping the clues bombs. You know, for everybody out there getting their student debt wiped out, but I still think that he should have the people who are getting their debt wiped out doing the testimonial.
I agree.
I don't want to hear him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear him. He sounds like a corpse up there.
Yeah.
Like, it don't even sound like exciting. Like, it don't sound, he's, like I said, I always say he's an uninspiring candidate. He has no main character energy. He should have the people who are getting their debt wiped out telling their own testimonials.
Yeah, because there's a lot of testimony. People will tell you they've been paying their student debt for, decades, 10 years, 15 years trying to get them down. And a lot of people, if they finish that debt, like you said, they can start their own business. They can be entrepreneurs. They can get into, purchase their own home, whatever it may be.
Let them tell the story. Y'all got all these political ad dollars. Put commercials together with those people telling the story. I don't want to see it from President Joe Biden.
Right, okay? I agree. Now, lastly, Instagram is cutting down on teen sextortion, and this is how they're doing it.
Any parent with especially teenagers knows you got to be diligent when it comes to their use of social media. Now Instagram is doing something that's going to help that as well. There's this scam where people are trying to convince teens to send them nude photos and then tell the teens that they'll post the image online unless the victim sends them money or gift cards. The company announced today it's testing new features to curb the crime, including blurring nude images sent in direct messages and letting users know when they've interacted with somebody who's engaged in financial sextortion, as they call it. The FBI says it's seen an increase in these types of cases in recent years, often started by scammers overseas. Instagram says the feature should be available worldwide.
I feel so sorry for those kids in the world they have to grow up in, man.
Yeah.
We did not have those problems.
Yeah.
No.
I'm all for advances in technology, but that is when I'm not.
Yeah, and it seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse, and I can't see it getting better. Like, I can't see it with the way technology is moving and the way that these kids are on Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube so much. I don't see it getting better. Mm-hmm. And a lot of parents are using these devices as babysitters,
Yep. I remember Wallo said that, like, technology is now raising your kids.
It is.
Like, kids spend more time on technology than they do in your presence.
Yeah, even with my son yesterday, he was on Roblox. And instead of typing in the words, he's talking into it, so he doesn't have to type it and know if his sentence is right or wrong. And I took his phone from him yesterday, but that was the reason why I'm like, no, like, go do homework, go read a book. Like, enough's enough. So, all right, and that is front page news.
What you gonna do when the chip is available?
What chip?
When like that stuff like Elon Musk got, like Neuralink, when they can implement. I don't know the technical professional words for it, but when they can put like Chat GPT and stuff in your brain.
Oh, like you could think about it and then type it out or something?
Yeah. Like, cause you're gonna be, how you gonna compete on stage with a stand-up comedian that got that in their brain, Jess?
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, trust me.
They're gonna be too quick, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be pulling jokes out the sky. How you supposed to compete if you debating with somebody, imagine Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, who we got coming in next, debating somebody who got the chip in his brain.
Right.
And the doc ain't no joke already. But when you got the chip in your brain, you can just pull out information from all types of different places.
But how would that work on stage? I don't understand what you mean.
What do you mean?
Like, you saying
they'll just be smarter. They'll just be faster. They'll just be quicker.
My audience?
No, the person.
No, because you said, imagine me on stage.
I said, how you going to compete?
How I'm going to compete with other comedians who have...
Yes.
That don't mean they're going to be funny because they just pulling jokes out.
Yes, they will. They're going to be able to pull up anything.
Well, I don't compete with comedians anyway. I just do my thing, sweets.
Talk that talk.
Great. No, I don't know. I've heard Lil Duval say that too, as far as like what you gonna do when somebody got the chip in their brain, and that's true. It's like when they got the chip in their head and they can just pull up anything.
Well, I guess we should
think about ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you can literally say, hey, write this script about this movie. Write a script about a guy in a studio with a crown rolled back. And they'll do a whole movie script in 5 minutes.
And, and it's still trash movies coming out. So what are we talking about?
All right.
Yeah, we'll see. What, are you investing in it or something? Like, what did you believe heavily in this?
No, I'm just telling you what the future may look like.
All right, it may not. We'll
see. It will. There ain't no May.
it may not.
Hey, May is next month.
We don't know. It may not.
I will say this too. I think they have to change the education and the curriculum because a lot of these students are using Chat GPT to write papers. They're using Chat GPT to pass tests and pass classes where they're not actually getting the knowledge. They're going through an app to actually do the work for them.
It's going to be a world of dummies. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
It is what it is.
All right. Now, when we come back, Michael Eric Dyson will be joining us. He's going to be speaking at the National Action Network 2024 convention, and we're talking to him next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody.
everybody? It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right, the good brother.
Michael Eric Dyson. Welcome back, brother.
Hey, it's good to be here. The new digs, they look great. Wow, man. Sal, how come no pictures of Dyson on the wall, Sal?
The headline look crispy, bro.
I was about to say the same thing. You got the crispy hairline.
You know, I had to get it faded up before I came here, man. You know I had to hang with y'all. I had to get right, man.
Well, it is a big election, yeah?
It is a big election, bro.
You ready to dive in?
Man.
How you feeling? Biden? How you feel about Trump?
The rematch America does not want.
It's true, but it's what we got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want the Lakers to be every year in the finals because I was raised as a Lakers fan, but that ain't who's playing. You know, it's probably going to be the Nuggets and maybe the Celtics. So you got to choose one of them. And the thing is that, yes, we think we want better choices because we want better choices. We think that better people should run because we think better people should run. But these are the people running. I happen to believe that there is not even a question for black people of who to choose. I mean, Joe Biden has been far above anything that President or ex-President Trump has provided. I saw him in the Chick-fil-A talking about jobs. Bro, I mean, the unemployment rate of black America now is about 5.6. When Biden came into office, it was 9.3. He's talking about money and checks, and I see Sexy Red and other rappers talking about he gave us a check. First of all, please study your politics and your civics. That's the Congress that allotted that money, plus it's yo dough. And if you're going to count that way, then count what Biden did for relieving the burden of people paying back their student loans. And on and on and on. When we look at every metric, not only putting a black woman in the vice president's office, not only putting a black woman on the Supreme Court, but doing programs that lift all boats, that address African American people specifically in some instances, but more broadly, issues that are concerning us, whether it's about discrimination in housing, whether it's about not only student loans, but every effort of education, kicking kids out of school early, and on and on and on. It ain't no question for me. Donald Trump is a vortex of bigotry. He is the leader of the bigotocracy, the rule, reign, and tyranny of forces that are antithetical to our best interests, not only as black people, but as a nation. And when we look at every indication of where we are as a nation, this is a guy who's still standing by people who supported January 6th, the insurrectionists. He's trying to make them American patriots, but demonizing Black Lives Matter, demonizing people who protest for the right and the ability to live in this nation without the unjust encumbrances imposed on us by white supremacy. So I don't understand what black people see in Donald Trump's swag. I mean, come on, it's borrowed swag at best. Donald Trump, the face of neo-fascism, the face of an authoritarian government that has already indicated if he gets back in office what he's going to do. There ain't no choice for us. And black people, we got to wake up. These are the things we have to attend to. And look, you saw the article, I think, in the New York Times that said that Donald Trump and the Republican Party are supporting third-party interests because those detract from and take votes away from Joe Biden. So we know in a tight race, every vote counts.
I'm talking about RFK Jr. in particular.
RFK Jr. in particular. And I think that, again, this is not time for this extended journey of narcissism, this escapade of self-deification. Bro, these are serious issues at stake, and black folk got to get out there and vote.
What would you say to black conservatives who say our best interests are conservative values?
That's why so few of them. Their numbers speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Black conservatives are quite interesting. You know, you had a wonderful interview here with Candace Owens. She ain't, you know, what's interesting to me, Candace Owens ain't apologized for what she said about George Floyd. She made an entire documentary besmirching this man's attitude posthumously. No apology for that. No apology.
I mean, if that's how she feels, why should she apologize?
Well, first of all, because she shouldn't have. She should apologize because she's wrong, number one. Number two, she can feel that way, and that's your point about feeling. Let me connect these two. Black people, what we feel as opposed to what we do. Sometimes you don't feel like loving your partner. You don't feel like loving your wife or your husband or the person you're with, but you do it out of what? A sense of duty and obligation. Those are not bad words. So just because she felt that way, the facts show that's not true. The stuff she tried to make up has been empirically disproved. At the same time, Here's a man lying on the ground begging for his life that millions of black people can identify with, and she's trying to turn it into some conspiracy of black, refusal to be responsible. Her and Jason Whitlock, these are people who are destructive for our community. If that's what black conservatism is, her or Jason Whitlock or Clarence Thomas, who has been a singular source of destruction for our people, the black conservatives ain't got much to recommend for their particular viewpoint.
This is what I think we're missing. And I'm not defending any of these people at all.
Sam.
What I think with somebody like a Candace Owens, I don't think certain black people didn't realize she already had a large audience of black people. She had a movement called Blexit, and that was 6-7 years ago, where she was trying to get black people in particular, to get off the Democratic plantation and seek other things, whether it was being a conservative, being an independent, whatever it is. So I think now when people say this thing about, it's black people embracing her, it's like, nah, she already had an audience of black people.
When we say black people, we're talking about new black people who weren't embracing her before. The black people who weren't, look, of course there are conservative black people in this country. Candace Owens and Kanye West, bless them. They can do what they want. They can believe what they want. But we have a right and an obligation to say, but that is not productive for us. And just because you making dough from that, or some black people follow you, the masses of black people are not following you, because the masses of black people don't discern in your belief system a structure of reliable confidence invested in this political order for you to represent us. You ain't representing what we believe. When you believe in things you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way, the great Stevie Wonder said. And some of that conservative stuff is kind of political superstition. It's not premised upon empirical facts. It's not based upon what we know to be the case. It's an idealized expression of where we are. So when the conservatives latch on to, it shouldn't be the color of your skin, it should be the content of your character. That was a dream that a man articulated. That was not a reality. So again, for Candace Owens to get a pass, and this is what I mean by pass, not that there weren't already black people following her, but for our sympathies of those who didn't necessarily sign on to what she believed, to now be sympathetic to her because she's gotten mistreated by white folk. That's what we've been telling you.
I don't know if anybody's being sympathetic to her, though.
You don't think anybody's being sympathetic to Candace Owens?
No.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of people sympathetic to Candace Owens. As a black woman, stand up for her.
It could be because they agree on the Gaza issue. That's probably, I can see that. Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right, we got more with Michael Eric Dyson when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Michael Eric Dyson. Now, I think a lot of people are tired of, I call it the daddy's law in my house, right? The daddy's law in my house is, I said it and you do what I say, don't ask me no questions. I feel like that's a lot with Democrats, right? We see things sometimes when we ask a question and be like, oh, you going against us. I'm not going against you. I'm asking a question, right? We talk about Biden, right? When you talk about Biden and people thought he had amnesia, just watching the things that he do. And then when you ask about it, it's like, oh, you going against him. You giving the Republicans ammunition. No, I'm just asking because I might not want that Democrat as my president.
Any critique of Democrats,
I might
when
not
you
want
black,
that.
automatically makes you the worst person ever.
Where the money goes, with this, that, and the other. If I ask a question or question anybody, like I can question you, you can question me.
Sure.
Doesn't necessarily mean we enemies. Doesn't mean I'm going against you, but we just having a real conversation. And I think that's what bothers a lot of black Americans when it comes to Democrats.
I get that. I mean, but if you think that's a problem with Democrats, what in the hell do you think that's in regard to Republicans who, at least with Democrats, you have an argument to be made? And by the way, I agree with all that in the sense that we should be able to criticize. I wrote an entire book, as this generation is a whole book on Barack Obama.
I remember when they hated you for that.
Bro.
Yeah,
so you talking to the
Tavis Smiley,
right? Even though I distinguish myself from them in terms of how far at least West was able to go. I think Tavis had a bit more decorum. I'm sorry, but the point is this: is that yes. I was out there taking strays because I believed a certain thing and I wanted to hold people accountable. Still love them. See, I believe in the 6-inning theory of baseball. As you know, this is baseball season. In the 6th inning, if it starts raining, whoever's ahead is going to win. If you go 6 innings, whoever's ahead going to win. So I think we got to go 6 innings. That means we got to stay on the same team, have the message of productive engagement politically for our people, what helps us, what hurts us, identifying enemies, friends, and opponents. And then after 6 innings, you got some stuff to spread around. So when you make a critical comment like that, don't be naive. I'm just being objective and neutral. I'm just raising a question. You ain't just being objective and neutral. Even if you intend to be, the consequence of your talk is not. Your intent may be to be neutral. The consequence is it reinforces a certain narrative or belief. That doesn't mean you can't be critical, because I was critical, but I put it in context. I specified how much love I had for Obama. I specified what I thought he was doing right. I talked about the interests he held. I talked about how white supremacy ganged up on him. But I also said he had 3 bites at the apple. He ain't chose no black woman to be on the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. He had many opportunities where he spoke up and out against black people. I think that his comments about and especially his spouse in regard to Jeremiah Wright were wholly gratuitous and destructive after the fact. So I got criticisms, but I got to understand the degree to which they play into a narrative that either supports my beliefs or undercuts them. So there's no kind of objective, this Archimedean point of objectivity. I stand outside the flow of human history. No, bro, you down here with Wes Montgomery on the ground. As y'all probably too young to remember Wes Montgomery, the great jazz guitarist, down here on the ground. We're down here on the ground. So it's not that we can't be critical, but I'm saying what's your critique of a political order where Republicans don't even give a damn about who you are? At least with Democrats, you can push them. At least with Democrats, wait a minute, you said, you claimed, you were part of, and then you fill in the blanks. So what are you doing? You're failing us. That kind of critique is quite necessary and powerful. And when we do it, however, is extremely powerful as well. And we have to be strategic about it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I also say, I feel like black people in particular, we shouldn't be beholden to any party. I don't think these fanatics over Democrats are insane to me. These fanatics over conservatives are insane to me. We should always be looking at who and what serves our best interest. I don't even think we should be talking about voting for individuals. Let's talk about the ideas and the ideas that individual is putting on the table. But I think that'll get you farther. But let me conversation with people.
Let me ask you this. Here's the point. Why are black people stupid? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
Are they dumb? I don't think so. So why is it that black people are voting for the Democrats? It's not because they're on a damn plantation. Because at least the Democrats,
they serve our best interests.
They serve our best interests. So you know the old saying, "No permanent party, just permanent interest."
That's right.
I get that.
That's right.
But our interests have been tied up with people who at least are willing to listen to us. Tell me what interests of African American people, except a few black rappers that Donald Trump got out of jail. What black person can point to him and say, this man articulates the interests of my community, embraces us as a people, understands our plight and predicament? He's talking about the whole countries, many of which are countries of color, black people in them. This is a dude consistently talking about hurting and harming black people, using the police power of the state to circumscribe us and to undermine us. So I'm saying, why would we even vote for anybody who's part of that party?
Dr. Dyson, everything you're saying is absolutely correct. But what I want us to start doing is just look at the things that these people are doing that is getting people's attention. You dismissed something, right? You said that he let out 3 black rappers. It's not even about the black rappers. It's about the first step back. I think Donald Trump is a fascist. I think he's a threat to democracy. I don't think that, anybody who calls himself a patriot should want somebody in the White House who wanted to suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election.
That, yes.
But with all of that on the table, what do you say to people who say, so what? I mean, there's people already living in hell in this country. So when you tell them that, he's a threat to democracy, they're like, democracy ain't never worked for us, no way.
Yeah, but democracy ain't never.
People in hell, things gonna get worse.
Well, first of all, if they in hell, you got to tell people, yeah, you in hell, but if you think you lonely now, wait until the night. You got a Bobby Womack theology. You got to have a Bobby Womack theology. If you think it's bad now, wait until the night, girl. So black people got to understand that there are degrees to this, right? And when we look at the degrees to this, yes, it is tough. Child poverty is still real. The attack on black women's bodies is still real. The dismissal of African American interests is still real. But if it's bad now, what in the hell do you think it's going to be when a fascist takes over? When a guy who's not even interested in your particular viewpoint or your suffering takes over? Yes, he can go to a darn Chick-fil-A right now and tell you that Joe Biden is the worst president in history. That's another lie he's telling. So if we don't think that it makes a difference. And look, it's hard for people who are suffering to hear that. But our people have always suffered. You think you in hell? Imagine having no rights or ability to assert what your beliefs are. You think you in hell? What about when you had no choice but to do what a slave master told you? When you were raped at will without moral compunction or legal redress? That was hell. And in the midst of that hell, those black people held up and held out hope as our condition. If they could do it, I ain't trying to hear nothing from people right now.
All right, we got more with Michael Eric Dyson when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Michael Eric Dyson. Charlamagne?
What do you think is fair or unfair in regards to critique of personality? Because I'm a person that believes you just can't say what you want to say and expect everybody to agree. Some people are going to like it. Some people are not going to like it. And with social media, mad people are going to have an opinion about it.
C'est la vie. I mean, and look, critique is one thing, but that's different than you just assaulting me. That's just different than you saying stuff that ain't even true, making it up. And here now we got deep fakes. We're worried about AI. The only AI I dig is Allen Iverson. Other than that, bro, it's rough because now we're not sure what's real, what's not. And black people should be the last people taking allegations as convictions.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, how can you just say something and then convict somebody? Black people of all people. And we have tremendous access now. We know we have the possibility to know more than we've ever known before, and we know less than we've ever known because we don't have the same kind of curiosity. Because we think now, because we can say something to somebody I like, Charlamagne the God, I can jack him up because I have access to him now. Before you had to go to his office, write him a letter. He might not have written you back. Dear Dr. King, I disagree with the integration, blah, blah, blah. You don't have that kind of access. You didn't have that kind of access then that you have now. So it's a marvel. But the problem is everybody got an opinion. Everybody thinks it's equally valuable. And because you can insult somebody, do you think with the rhetorical capacity I possess, I couldn't eviscerate you? You don't think I could do that too? You think that you're the only one who possesses the ability to call an MF an MF? Mofo, I grew up in the his hood. Rizike Nizai, Brizother. I could get at you. I can cuss you out more than you think I can. So the point is, if we all shutting each other out, we all hollering each other, we're all protesting each other, can we ever speak? So I'm for speaking and listening. I'm not for cancel culture. I'm for engaging people. I'm for talking to other people. And I'm for saying, yes, let's talk. And we can be critical.
Confrontation over conversation. I mean, conversation over confrontation.
How about that? Criticism is not jumping on you, being nasty about you. It's saying, you know what, Dyson, I noticed you said X, Y, and Z, but you didn't say this. Holding me to account. We should be able to do that. I know you and I had a conversation about the young Jonathan Owens. And I posted yesterday, Symone Biles' husband. And people kept saying, you ain't listened to the whole conversation. I listened to the whole conversation. In fact, it's worse than that. Because at one point, he goes, look, she's the one who kind of, matched with me and stuff. He said, she keeps saying she matched, but it was really her. I'm saying, bro, I'm not trying to dog Jonathan Owens because look, I've been married 3 times. Understand that she is valuable to you. And again, it was a joke. I get people who defend it. I understand that. At the end of the day, though, uplift that woman, elevate that woman. Happy wife, happy life. Try a little tenderness.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm saying. This is another example to me is like the relationship thing. Keep that away from the strangers on social media. Like that, let that be an inside conversation y'all laugh and joke about amongst each other at dinner. As soon as you bring it to social media, stuff like this happens.
But I think it's helpful.
Though. They might not care. It might be their relationship, their jokes, their problems, their situation.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard not to care when everybody talks about you.
Jokes grow out of social situations.
Yeah,
jokes grow out of social values.
That's what they are,
right? Of course, because they reflect.
If I shine a light on my relationship with my wife, people might think it's disrespectful, but it's me and my wife. We joke all the time.
Well, no, you're a great example. Envy, they put their book out.
Right.
Envy said in his book that he hadn't made his wife orgasm in a decade.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's on him.
He should have kept that to himself, but it became a joke.
Wait a minute. But that's on him. Wait a minute. Envy is saying, I didn't step up. Wait a minute. Envy is a hero because most men go like, well, damn, okay, I hear you. Because I couldn't do it for 3 years. I couldn't do it for 7 years. He's saying, I'm the one. But see, the difference is, his was a moment of vulnerability.
Correct.
My man's moment was a moment of machismo. Let's just be real. I mean, you can joke, but the joke is reflective of a temperament, an ideal, a politic, an ideology. And I'm saying, again, that's their business. You're right. Because I ain't want to put my business out there because there's plenty of failures and flaws for people to pick apart. My point is, when I say game, though, bruh, even if you believe that, respect your woman, elevate your woman, understand that in a culture where she's already been demonized as a dark-skinned black woman, that could be deeply and profoundly problematic as well.
And it wasn't 10 years. I just want to tell you that wasn't 10 years. You started at 10 years. It never said 10 years.
You said
you started at 10 years, man. You started.
Jess Hilarious. This is Michael Eric Dyson.
How you doing, Mr. Michael Eric Dyson?
It's Jess Hilarious. How you doing?
I'm good. I heard all the bang, 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 bang. What's going on? I thought it was. What kind of interview is this? Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, so
let's talk about Beyonce, man, and what she did with Cowboy Carter.
You're right. It's incredible. First of all, she's reunited a constituency of country music that has been alienated, like rock music. Black people. What Beyonce did was reintroduce America. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Allow America to understand that country music, right, is the white blues, and blues might be the black country. It's a similar aperture. It's a similar appetite. It's a similar perspective. And what she is introduced, she's from Houston.
That's right.
What do you think she listened to besides R&B or soul and rock music and so on? She listened to country music, to black folk music. And what she has done is introduce people to folk that they never even knew before. The black girls backing her up. Mr. Brittany Spencer, all of them. She introduced Linda Martell, who was a great singer and songwriter. She introduces a black woman. She introduced her to him. There's a long tradition of black cowboys, of black country artists, of people who've been doing stuff, and yet we don't give them credit. And Beyonce has single-handedly resurrected, like she did with Act One, when she delved into the history of
dance, right?
Dance and house music, and to show the gay aesthetic at the heart of that tradition. And now coming back with the country stuff and showing how we've been involved in it, just the level of her genius is remarkable.
I got one last question for you, because we talked about male vulnerability. We saw J. Cole recently apologize to Kendrick Lamar for some, like, they were going back and forth on a record, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have no problem with the apology.
Yeah.
I feel like, if it didn't sit well, when he said he didn't sit well with my spirit,
right,
I ain't got nothing else to talk about. It didn't sit well with his spirit. What do you think?
No, I saw you. You were brilliant about that, giving the donkey of the day out to people who don't understand it. What's interesting to me is how Kendrick Lamar has escaped all scrutiny, though. What's interesting to me is that he started this stuff, right? Why is it that when both Drake and J. Cole said with the Big Three, they giving you love, bro. They saying you part of Big. No, it ain't no Big Three. It's Big Me. Okay, I get it. That's the bravado of hip hop and so on. Look, I think J. Cole was mature. He wasn't. It was half-hearted anyway. My heart's not in it, because he could have destroyed him more than that. He could have. J. Cole is a surgeon with those words. He's precise. He's surgical in his strikes. Drake is a monster. Right, Drake ain't even responded. Maybe he'll respond tonight. Maybe J. Cole. I don't think J. Cole will. Maybe with Metro booming and Future coming out again with their deluxe. Maybe Kendrick has more to say. I think look, it was mature to say I'm not going to take this in a negative fashion. I don't even believe this guy because I love him and appreciate him. That should shame Kendrick. I don't think it will. That should say to Kendrick, what am I doing wrong? That three men who are great. Two of them recognize me, but I have to be the only one in the sandlot to play with the toys because I'm the greatest. That's one way of talking about it, but there are other ways of talking about masculinity. There are other ways of talking about greatness. There are other ways of speaking, because Drake said he was the coldest, J. Cole said he was the coldest, and Kendrick said he's the coldest. But they didn't do it at the expense of you. They didn't name your name to try to suggest that you are not the bellwether, or the benchmark, or the standard by which hip-hop should be judged. J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick have made ingenious music, and we ain't got to choose one over the other. We can have personal preferences, for sure, but I think Kendrick Lamar needs to be challenged a little bit to grow up.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club on this Friday. And let's get to Jess with the Mess.
Yeah. News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, Jess don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shifter.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
Okay, stories. Quick ones. Jeezy wants custody of his daughter Monaco. Claims Jeannie ain't around. So this is probably why she wanted the details of the divorce public. But he didn't. But that's just something quick. I ain't diving into it because it's self-explanatory. Okay.
That says a lot, though, when the father wants custody of the child.
Yeah, and then he claims that the mother's not around. So.
But that's most certain cases, right? When people get divorced, the father fights for custody, the mother fights for custody.
Though? Not full
and then they usually meet in the middle.
He wants full custody or primary custody, right?
Yeah, yep, primary. Yep. Scary Movie reboot is in the works and will be released next year. I'm actually okay with that. There's no way that you can that can't be dated. Scary Movie reboot, like the Wayans.
That's like the third or fourth time they done rebooted it.
19 times.
I know, but I still think because stuff keeps happening. All they do is
they're gonna just kill a black person early and scare the hell out of white people the whole movie.
I don't know. I look forward to this. I look forward to this. This is like one of the sequels I grew up on, so everyone was funny.
That's just a way of saying, please cast me in a scary movie.
No, it's not. I want to be in a serious drama, like the one with Denzel and Spike Lee. All right.
They got Ice Spice.
Kevin Durant.
They got Ice Spice. They don't need you.
Hey, yo, not they don't need me because they got her, yo. Oh my God. She'll be like, she'll be there, like. That's gonna be the line that she got is just like, oh my God. Anyway, Kevin Durant responds to Fat Joe's claims that he almost got jumped after the legendary Rucker Park game. But Kevin Durant responded and said, another podcast lie. But they always say Fat Joe be lying anyway, so we don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if Fat Joe is lying or not because Fat Joe might have known something that Kevin Durant didn't know.
That's facts.
There might have been some people out there that wanted to put the beats on KD and he ain't even know.
He ain't know that he got jumped?
No. They didn't say he got jumped, that he was about to get jumped.
Yes.
Oh, he
that's what
almost
people wanted
got
to jump him
jumped.
because he
Okay.
scored 80-plus points at the Ruckus.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be a lie, couldn't be. We don't know. We'll see. I guess if Fat Joe says something, we'll know. All right. Black China shares her reaction and explains why she appeared in the Where Is Wendy Williams documentary.
Your moment that you shared with Wendy, how did that come about?
I just went over to her house.
And there happened to be cameras?
Yes.
So you had no idea that you were going to be
I popped
filmed?
up.
So she had no idea you were coming over either?
Start off, would you like to just say anything nice for Wendy for her documentary? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I just sat in and that's how that happened.
What did you make of this documentary? A lot of people thought it shouldn't have even been made in the first place.
To be honest, I think it was definitely necessary to be made. And I mean, it could really honestly happen to anybody. Hopefully, maybe this is going to help other people to see. It did make me upset to see Wendy, struggling obviously with the alcohol. Like that was one of my things, struggling with the alcohol. So I can relate to that and the part about the dementia and that the alcohol is what induced it, because that could have been me.
So that I actually, appreciate the interview. That was her. She met with Entertainment Tonight. And that was one of the most heartfelt moments on the documentary. It actually brought tears to my eyes to see like how lost for words China was when she was talking to Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the comments was like kind of conflicted. They was like, you didn't know that it was you would be on camera and that they were recording, but you had a whole mic on. No, she said she didn't know because she would just pop up on Wendy. She said that they agreed to be friends, and when she got there, she didn't know that she was just popping up on it, and then she didn't know before they let her upstairs, they asked her about the documentary, and that's why she was mic'd up, and then she didn't know what kind of documentary it would be, and then of course she had to sign a release because her face wasn't blurred, so she was well aware that she was made aware of that, but she said that it was great that they did that. I would have been like, cut, let me put this wig back on her head, but anyway.
Have we heard from Wendy or her family or anything at all?
Well, her family, last time we heard that her brother said that she is healing, she's fine, she's safe, she's in a facility, but we haven't heard from Wendy yet.
I think it's always good to raise awareness to certain issues. I don't feel like that's what that documentary was there to do, though.
Absolutely
That
not.
documentary just felt very exploitive of everything that Wendy Williams is going through. It literally was called, what was it called? Wasn't it called Where is Wendy Williams?
Wendy Williams, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like it was about her and her whereabouts. It didn't seem like they were trying to raise awareness to her issues, her health issues, and things of that nature.
Yeah,
it was almost like people didn't even really realize she had health issues till later on.
Until later, until like the second part. Yep. So, and that's still a standing question. Where is she? Because people don't know. All right. Texas high school teacher accused of using vulnerable students to build a prostitution ring with her son. Yeah. Kadria Grisby, 42, and her son, Roger McGee, is 22. Both face charges of child trafficking and prostitution. Grigsby is her last name. Recruited troubled juveniles from local high school by offering them a place to stay, which would be a hotel. Text messages between Grigsby and her son and between him and 3 victims show payment of prostitution fees being discussed and how to be transferred. The 3 victims, aged 15, 16, and 17, were reportedly students at the school Grigsby taught at and were reportedly runaways. She was a teacher. She taught cosmetology, so it was like a trade school kind of sort of. But she taught cosmetology. She would take advantage of the students that were troubled, and she created a sex trafficking ring so that she was paying them to have sex with her son.
What kind of energy do you think you're going to create around yourself if you're taking advantage of poor and disenfranchised kids like that who don't have nowhere else to go, but you embrace them just to turn them into a prostitutes?
Yeah.
Like what kind? I don't care what type of money you get. You know what type of energy that money got on it? Like, come on, bro.
And that's why her and her son are facing charges right now. Additional teens have come forward stating Grigsby was also attempting to recruit them while attending school.
Jesus.
Well,
yeah.
They get about 15 to 20.
That's exactly what they get. That's horrible. And that is Jess With The Mess. Oh, my God. All right, so we got a little bit more time.
No.
All right, well, that's Jess With The Mess. Let's see.
Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
I am giving that donkey to a man named Brent George. Okay, Brent George hails from the great state of Florida. And we're having all these conversations about karma, right? Like the past, 24, 36 hours, there's been a lot of conversations about karma. I'm going to tell you what I believe karma to be, and this is a great example of karma in action.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll get to that next, and then comedian and actor and writer Neil Brennan will be joining us, and we'll kick it with him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Your execution on the donkey of the day is something to behold. Is it a read?
He gave me donkey of the day, and I deserve it.
People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them.
I am.
You have the voice. Tell them. Tell them.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to go.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving donkey of the day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, donkey of the day for Friday, April 12th goes to a 61-year-old man named Brent George. Brent George is from Florida. What did your Uncle Charla always tell you about the great state of Florida? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today is no exception. Now, let's talk karma. Okay, I was speaking on karma yesterday with some people in a group chat because, O.J. Simpson passed yesterday at 76 from prostate cancer, and folks was like, that's karma, that's karma. No, you digital D-heads, that's life. Okay, life expectancy of men in America is 73 and a half years. O.J. lived to be 76. And he died of prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is not karma. Okay, prostate cancer is something that can happen to any and all of us, so you should just pray it doesn't happen to you or anyone you love. Now, I'm not 100% sure how karma works, but I do know health issues are not karma. Okay, karma is a natural reaction to your action. Karma is not revenge. Once again, it's a natural reaction to your action, the relationship between a person's mental or physical action and the consequences following that action. With that said, I believe what happened to Brent George was karma. See, Brent was drunk at Disney World. They said he had 3 shots in a beer. And he spotted a family at a table of 4. And one of the 4 was a young girl with Down syndrome. And Brent decided in that moment that he wanted to be Andrew Schultz. He wanted to be Bill Burr. He wanted to be Ryan Davis. He thought he was Jess Hilarious. He wanted to get these jokes off. And then this happened. Let's go to Fox 5 Orlando for the report, please.
And this man here is accused of getting drunk and making fun of a woman with disabilities at Epcot. Orange County deputies say Brent George attacked her family, and that was after they confronted him. The cuts on his face are from members of the woman's family who fought back. He faces 4 counts of battery.
Round of applause to that family. Okay. Round of applause to that family. First of all, I don't know what the timeline of this story. I don't know why the timeline of this story isn't Brent George approaches table of 4, starts taunting girl with Down syndrome, and father beat the hell out of Brent George. See, I'm reading the timeline, and the timeline says he approached the table. He started taunting the girl with Down syndrome. The girl's mother allegedly confronted George and demanded to know if he was making fun of her daughter. Then George allegedly shoved the woman twice, then slapped the woman's daughter-in-law in the face when she tried to calm the escalation, then allegedly punched the husband, Wesley Goldberg, in the neck, who returned the jab to his face. That don't sound like that should be the order of events, right? The wife get pushed twice, then the daughter-in-law got slapped, then the husband gets punched. No, as soon as you approach the table cracking jokes on my daughter with Down syndrome, the beats should have happened. Okay, instant karma. Even though I still believe this was instant karma. Okay, this was a natural reaction to Brent's actions. That to me is how karma works. Okay, karma not spending the block. Karma is not revenge. Most of what we see happen to people in life is just life. Okay, sometimes folks live a life of BS, so when the BS finally catches up, that's just them reaping what they sow. It's that simple. Now let me show y'all a picture of the guy so y'all can see how he looked after he got his ass kicked. Right?
Oh,
he earned all of that.
He did.
He earned that. Come on, get this on camera.
Old ass. Oh my God.
He's a drunk. 3 shots in the beer.
Okay.
Now I was talking to Big Mack, the president of the Fat Lives Matter committee, and he said we have audio from the actual scene of the crime.
Oh wow.
Let's hear it.
You that girl I've been there on that love on the spectrum?
Sir, clearly you're drunk. I need you to back the hell away from my daughter right now for a bit.
Spectrum, and you definitely look like
I'm gonna ask your ass one more time to get the hell away from my daughter before it be a motherfucker.
Listen, I'll leave as long as I get a bitch with the spectrum.
Oh, okay, this think I'm playing. You know what? Whoop this ass right now.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that happening. I don't think that's how it happened. I don't think she's on that show. But,
No,
I don't think so. But always remember that in life, you are free to choose. Okay, you are free to choose. You are free to make whatever choice you want in life, but you are not free from the consequences of your choices. Karma has no menu. You get what you deserve, and Brent got what he deserved. Please let Remy Ma give Brent George the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
He got what he deserved.
He got what he deserved. Not mad at it.
Can't play with people.
Nope.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Definitely
Like
can't play
he
with
looked like
children.
How old was the girl?
I don't think they said how old she
No,
was.
he is old.
You're 61.
Like what? You a 61-year-old man had to hit all three of y'all first to get hit.
That's what I don't understand.
No.
That's the
Yeah,
only thing I don't
understand.
understand. I don't understand that chain of events. As soon
Yeah,
as you come
nah.
over to my table making fun of my daughter with Down
Yeah.
syndrome, and I'm the husband and I'm sitting there, you got to get the beats.
What are we even talking about?
You know, but then you push my wife twice, then slap
what is it?
my daughter-in-law.
Yeah, who ain't really related to me, but still, you slapped her.
Yeah, and then punch me,
And
and
then
then
punch
and
you.
that's when I finally react.
What? We all jumping on your ass. I'm saying the girl with Downs going to have to jump in too. I'm not saying the girl with Downs would have been.
Okay, Neil Brennan is coming up next.
Yeah, we're gonna kick it with Neil
Jesus
Brennan when we
Christ,
come
man.
back. Don't move.
My God.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
people.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Neil Brennan. Welcome back.
Yeah, good to be here.
Neil is back with another special called Crazy Good. Neil is one of the last of the comedians who actually make special.
Thank you, Charlamagne. Thank you for noticing, and thank you for dissing most of my peers.
Did both at the same time.
Yeah, why not get your man who can do both? Hit it.
Do you feel less pressure putting this one out versus the others? Like the Blocks, 3 mics?
If you thought the other ones were on some emo bullshit, I hear you. This one has no emo-ness to it at all. It's just like, this is me like sprinting.
I like the emo-ness though.
I know, I do too, but there are people that are like, nah.
Yeah.
My man was a little too introspective.
I don't have a problem with that. Somebody else, somebody said that to me about Bill Burr recently. They was like, Bill might be doing a little too much there.
Well,
I'm like, what's wrong with that?
well, I watched him on here, and it was funny to see him be like that because it's so not what he's been like.
Mm-hmm.
Bill was sort of weirdly the inspiration for 3 mics in a weird way because he had done a thing called The Moth, and he talked about emotional stuff. So I just did 2 of them, and the other thing is like I feel better. I don't feel depressed anymore. So I wasn't gonna force it. I did Crazy Good in DC, and a dude DM'd me afterward and was like, I kept waiting for you to show up. He was basically saying like, why weren't you sad?
Yeah.
So I have an announcement at the beginning of the show like, hey, I'm not sad. So just enjoy yourself.
Let me ask you a question. What got you out of that sad spot? Because you've been up here several times.
Yeah.
And you had a total different light, different space. And I was like, Neil Brennan's not sad today. He's not down. So what got you into this new space?
I call it plant medicine. The cops call them drugs.
Okay.
Honestly,
yeah.
The thing I talked about before, ayahuasca, this thing called DMT, which I don't recommend, but it kind of broke my brain and then it recongealed into something better. And then this past year, MDMA has been really good for, if you do MDMA in a non-party space, in my experience, it was a God connection.
MDMA, that's not acid, is it?
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
Molly.
okay.
I was going to ask, were you ever fearful of losing their quote-unquote touch, right? When you ever speak to sometimes rappers, they'd be like, I don't want to give up the lean because I think that helps me write better. Did you ever feel like if I go through, when I'm going through the ayahuasca, whatever you're trying to get, over that bump, that hump, that you would lose your touch as a comedian?
I'm of 2 minds about it, which is one of them is it's a reflex at this point. Like I've been doing this like 30 years. So if a news story happens, I can kind of like, and if I lose it, I had a good run. Like I started, Half Baked came out 27 years ago.
Right.
Wow. So no, I know. So like I wrote for all that on Nickelodeon. Like I've been out here.
You wrote for all
I was
that?
yes, I was fighting the molesters.
And like I've been doing this a long ass time. So if I lose the touch, I lose the touch. But what I found is the touch is a reflex at this point. Gotcha. Like my brain does it out of
the touch. Did you see any of that? Nickelodeon?
Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't see any of it, Charlamagne, but I'm against it.
Yeah.
So
I would hope so.
Now we're on the record, and hopefully this will hold up in court.
Jesus Christ, Neil.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No.
Now, all your specials have great names, but it's not just names. If you've seen Three Mics, you know why it's called Three Mics.
Yeah.
If you've seen Blocks, you know why it's called Blocks. I'm assuming Crazy Good is just Crazy Good.
Crazy Good is actually... Okay, so one of the parts of the special is making fun of the commodification of mental health. Like making fun of TikTok psychology and all that. I'm not against it, but I just feel like the amount of people making videos about trauma and all the diagnoses of like, you're being gaslit, just all that stuff is so aggravating. It's so aggravating. And it's also dishonest because none of these people have any idea what they're talking about. They just heard it on another TikTok. So I'm basically, toward the end, I'm saying, go to therapy, take medication, do all the stuff you got to do, but just know that most of the great things in life are from psychopaths and drug addicts.
Damn. Jesus.
I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know.
Expound on that.
All right, all the inventors, Sigmund Freud.
Okay.
Open cokehead.
Yep.
Most of Freud's books should be called, this may be the cocaine talking. Like, he was a coke head. Like, yeah, women are jealous of our dicks. Yeah. Like, it's real cokey shit. Edison did coke. The Wright brothers, I don't know if they were on meth, but they had the methiest idea, which is like, hey, do you feel like you can fly? The modern inventors, Elon Musk.
Ketamine. He does ketamine, right?
Ketamine, or he's just out of his mind. And then I get into like, well, what about musicians? Okay. The Rolling Stones had, in order to tour America, had to get a doctor to test them for drugs every day. And the doctor lasted 6 weeks before he got hooked on cocaine.
Damn.
Yeah. Hip hop, lean, weed.
Shrooms. Yeah. I saw that part.
And then I do comedians. Well, are you guys all psychopaths and drug addicts? I'm like, so far. Richard Pryor, drug addict. George Carlin, drug addict. Bill Cosby, choose your own adventure. The modern ones, like, Lenny Bruce, a drug addict. John Belushi's a drug addict. John Mulaney told me to remind people he's a drug addict in the bit.
Wow.
Like, people were all something. So I'm not saying don't treat it. I'm not saying ride it. But I'm just saying the audience needs to accept that we're not. The other thing that's been happening is like comedians are like moral leaders, like Dave or being a good. It's like, why? Well, there are these serious issues and like transgender rights and stuff. And then how bankrupt are other segments of society that they finally were like, well, what do the clowns think? Why are you asking us what we think about these? This should have never gotten to our desk. It's for politicians and clergy and other leaders, but like, don't turn to Joe Rogan for vaccine advice.
Yeah, I think there's one, though. I would say when I watch George Carlin now, he was very prophetic.
Yes. But I can name a bunch of real dark, like he had a bit about bulimia. Rich won't eat her. Not exactly the most ethical take. He had, he went both ways. So again, we can be that, but no one moves out to LA to be righteous.
Yeah.
Everyone moves out there to be funny and famous, and it's the same thing with like, is Ellen nice? Is Ellen, and I'm like, first of all, Ellen's hilarious, A, and B, she's a gay rights icon. Like I don't need her to be. She came out on television, got kicked off television for being gay, and then came back and dominated. but that's not enough for people. They're like, yeah, but is she nice? It's so childish. It's like being like, is my car also a boat? Just appreciate that you have a car. Also, is Ellen nice? How many nice lesbians have you ever met in your entire life? You know what I mean, guys?
I say it. We don't talk about toxic studs enough. I say it often.
I know.
Yeah.
Step up, toxic studs.
All right, when we come back, we got more with Neil Brennan. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Neil Brennan.
You know, with your resume and your talent and all the things that you've done and how funny you are, do you feel like you get overlooked a lot by the public? Like you should be a bigger comedian? Like you said, the years that you put in this industry, from writing, from being on stage, from telling jokes, for all that.
You know, I could say yes or no, because I kind of feel like there's no one who I feel like I deserve I should be in their place. Right. You know what I mean? Like and I also feel like certain people, the people that are like people that do arenas or whatever, it's like they have real performance attributes that I don't necessarily have. Like they're just really, they walk on stage and you're like, well, this is going to be, I always tell Kevin Hart, he is sunshine. He's sunshine.
When
I direct some of those Chase commercials. Yeah. You cut to that motherfucker in a close up, the sun is shining.
That's right.
It can be in a house. He's just like, let me tell you something, Charlamagne. Dave is Bugs Bunny. He just is Bugs Bunny. There's nothing you can do about it. Chris Rock talks like a chainsaw. It like Ellen sounds like a flute and a baby. Jerry Seinfeld sounds like a clarinet. So all these people, I clearly have thought about it, but it's again the gratitude thing.
You've had a great career, Neil.
I've had an amazing.
Why are we talking to Neil like he's dying?
I have an announcement to make, everybody. That's the thing is like I could focus on like why not? But the last 6 months to a year, I've just been like, this is amazing. Like I'm either in the ring or I have ringside seats.
Gotcha.
For life, it seems, not like forever, but like so far, you know.
What are your thoughts on comedians critiquing other comedians about two things in particular? One, whether or not another comedian is funny, and two, this, I think to me it's kind of a new phenomenon. Comedians saying other comedians are making offensive jokes. We was talking about that this week with Gerard Carmichael and Dave Chappelle, because he said, first he was saying, Dave's whole legacy is transgender jokes, and then he said Dave's an egomaniac, but then literally, and I said you should not criticize the comedian about anything offensive because it can happen to you in a second. And literally less than 12 hours later, they're on Gerard about what he said on his HBO show, and being a role-playing slave and master with his wife.
Yeah, it's like Me Too and somebody. It's like we can all get popped for tons of anything. If you've been doing it long enough, like you did we all do so many podcasts you don't even remember. And then someone go, remember that? And you're like, no, but that is I guess I said that. So that's the thing of like casting the first stone. Like it's a dangerous game because it's like mutually assured destruction. Basically, once you start
pointing fingers,
pointing fingers, it's going to be Spider-Man. In any minute.
Bill Burr spoke about being on Chappelle's show back in the day. Did you know that all of those guys, the Burrs, the Rogans, the Donnell Rawlins, Charlie Murphy, did you know all of these people would end up being, except for Donnell, icons in their own right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Bill auditioned and Dave was like, thank God he can act, because that dude's really funny. And Charlie, and all I remember about doing the show was just it was very hard, but it was very gratifying to be able to have like small ideas with me and Dave and then being able to expand them. Because the Charlie, I don't know if I've ever told you that, but like me and Dave wrote Half Baked. We turned it in 1997. We have a celebratory mushroom night. And this is when I wasn't using medicine for healing. It was back when I was just using it to party, baby. And we do mushrooms, go to a club, and I see Dave talking to this guy, and I'm like, is it like Eddie Murphy's brother, like fat brother? And then I go over, and it's Charlie. And I didn't know him. I'm on mushrooms, and Charlie's like holding court, like, yeah, me and my brother came out here, did it, was the only real motherfuckers here, and did it, Jerry Curls and all that. And he kept talking about Hollywood, and Charlie was going, there's poison in ice cream. There's poison in ice cream. So then me and Dave would say, there's poison in ice cream for like years. Then we were writing that Real World sketch and we were like, we should get Charlie Murphy, see if he can do it. And then based on doing shrooms with him 5 years earlier and being like, it's something about that guy.
Wow.
So I guess and then snowballed into, and then he tells the Rick James story, he tells the Prince story, and then it just became, it changed all of our lives. So it's like taking credit for it seems wrong because we all got so much from it, from having him on the show. He tells a story that my life, it's like, before and after that sketch airing. Like, I could almost tell you the date. It was 20 years ago, like recently.
Wow. Can a show like that exist ever again?
I think you could probably figure out a way to do the sketches, but in terms of impact, it was like one funnel. Like, culture was one funnel. And so you would get it like, go to the funnel and get what came out. And now there's a million funnels on all of our phones. So you just go like, I subscribe to 40 funnels. And then but it used to be, there was only one place to go or three places to go. So I guess Comedy Central wasn't like as big before Chappelle Show, but it was always big. And then, so you could probably do the sketches, but I don't think it would have the thing where everyone's watching it.
Gotcha.
I don't think. Do you guys think?
It depends who the talent is.
Yeah.
Who's doing it.
Yeah. It's possible, but it's unlikely. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Dave always says like people are probably not going to be famous again the same way I was.
No, duh. No way. That's been over.
I know, but it is an interesting thing of like, why not? And you go, because it's the funnel problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was, Mike Myers, like I was talking to Mike Myers, the comedian, and we were talking about showbiz, and he was talking about showbiz, and as he was talking, I was like, in one decade, Mike Myers was Wayne from Wayne's World, Shrek, Dr. Evil, and Austin Powers.
He could run for president.
One guy.
Wow.
One guy. He's Canadian.
Oh.
One guy in 10 years. Damn. So and he goes, it was a monoculture. And now it's like sort of more of a free-for-all.
80s, 90s celebrity is so powerful, literally, you can get elected president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
It's a different level of celebrity.
Yeah.
Black or white. It's just a different level of celebrity.
Yeah, it is like the last of the, like Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Madonna.
Yes.
I saw U2 at the Sphere. Like, they're real. And they sold 750,000 tickets in 2 months. It's like, that's a lot of tickets.
But that's when it was real fandom, real talent, and the barrier of entry was way more difficult to get in any of these spaces.
Yeah. You had to, you had to be talented, or you had to be like, because I don't think Madonna or Tom Cruise are the most, but they're really good at, like, Madonna doesn't have the best singing voice, Tom Cruise probably doesn't have the best acting instrument, but like they were good, they took the job seriously.
That's right.
Like Tom Cruise is like jumping rope before, like doing to make himself.
His last movie, he did his own stunts.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yep. That's all.
Crazy Good is streaming now.
That's Netflix. What we're saying, all that to say.
Yes.
Watch Neil Brennan, Crazy Good.
It's out right now. Make sure you go check it out on Netflix.
And check out Neil's podcast, too, man. The Blocks.
Thanks, everybody.
Anything else, Neil?
Nah. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It's Neil Brennan. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club, and it's about that time. Pass the aux.
Go, go, go. DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go, DJ, cause that's my DJ. Yeah, DJ, come spin, now come spin.
How you feeling now? You all right?
Girl.
I'm feeling good. Happy Friday, guys.
Happy
Friday.
I like the natural afro puff joint. Love it.
Thank you. It's giving embrace yourself.
Are you gonna apologize today now?
Yeah. Why would I apologize?
Just asking.
Oh, you trying to be funny. That's not even funny.
I'm not.
Look, I was at Dreamboat Fest and I had a really good time. This is my first time actually working it. So I used to, I attended the very first one. The next one I snuck backstage. The third one I was invited backstage, and now this one I actually got to work. So it was really cool.
Yeah. Just you were watching you were hosting the post show for Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon Music, and we did
Wayno, Speedy, Amber Grimes.
Amber Grimes. Yo, Amber Grimes is so dope. Shout out to Amber. But all right, I'm gonna get into the first track for today. It's from Chris Patrick, and it's called "Take Time for Myself" off his new project, Calm.
At the end of the day, you can save the world for an N-word, and they still won't F with an N-word.
You felt that?
What? God damn. Drop one of Clues Bomb for that young man. I gotta go listen to that whole record.
Chris Patrick, he's from Jersey, so shout out to Chris. I just had him on my podcast. We need to talk, so definitely tap in for that.
Salute to Chris Patrick. F these N words. I'm with you, Chris.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's all Charlamagne heard.
Yo, that's
nothing else. He ain't hear the amputation, manipulation, none of that. He all he heard was that.
Next up is going to be Future and Metro Boomin with Red Leather. You know, Cole, the surprise feature on the record. And I'm still Team Dreamville.
Salute to all you clowns yelling and screaming all over your podcast and all over social media acting like y'all not going to mess with Cole no more. But as soon as the fall off drop, you're going to be using Cole's penis for transportation again.
Now, Cole get busy.
Not for transportation again, Jesus.
Right. Cole gets busy. You can't deny that. Like, he's nice. He's one of the nicest out there. I don't know why people are acting like he because he apologized or whatever he said that he's whack.
You know what's so weird about that too though? You're acting like you don't mess with Cole musically because of something he said that had nothing to do with music.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can understand if you drop like a super whack project, you're like, I'm off Cole, but he just apologized and now you're acting like he never made good music and he still don't.
What was blowing me is people saying like I can't even listen to him no more, like it invalidates the lines that he said before, but in reality a lot of your favorite rappers use ghostwriters, so what's the difference between a ghostwriter and then
But Cole said he's never been tough. Like I don't understand how it validates. He always said he's not a tough guy.
Yeah. But even with that,
he's a conscious rapper that'll knock off.
I don't even know what
exactly. They're acting like this verse has something to do with what happened at Dreamville. It doesn't. These are two totally different things. He's talking about being tough in life.
Yep.
And he's not talking about what happened at Dreamville. I do have one thing to say about Cole though. A question. I thought Cole was married.
Yes.
Yeah. He be rapping about sleeping with a lot of women.
He literally just said in this verse. No, he just said in this verse.
I'm like, I noticed that on Mike Lee later and in that verse.
He said he be having temptation, but he's only committed to one.
No, he said he's a conscious rapper who will sleep with a woman, another man's girlfriend every now and then. That's what he said.
He said he could.
I thought he was talking about old life. Like this used to be my life.
Yeah, don't you trying to get him jammed up? He's in enough water right now.
By the way, that's the smoke. That's right. That's the smoke you need to ducky. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to cause no problems at home. I'm just asking questions. That's all.
Yes, shout out to Cole. I'm actually excited because people were mad about the apology, but actually now he might have a number one. So I think that's cool. It's between him and
Beyonce.
Oh, that's right. So shout out to Cole. I feel like we deserve it. But next I'm gonna go with Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion with Wannabe. This record has been on repeat since last week.
Yes, that is lit. Crazy.
That's dope.
So crazy.
That's dope.
Ladies rapping harder than all of y'all Negroes.
I know.
Megan rapping hard. Like she got a little bit of hair on her chest. She got a little bit of hair right in her cleavage.
I don't know about all that. That was what's up with you and these visuals?
I don't even want to think about that. Like,
let's go, Megan.
Turn something into something else.
No, man. But that was good. I feel like people be questioning Meg's pen and Meg's placement, but I feel like she's right where she needs to be. This is the pocket. I saw she was online asking like what direction she should take her album.
I like that.
This is it. This is what we want.
Glorilla album hard too. That everything. What's it called? Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
That No Bay is hard.
Yeah. No, the girls are doing good. The guys are in madness right now, and the girls are just over here having fun. So I like this for us. But speaking of girls, I got 2 girls headlining my next showcase next Friday. Certified Vibe, sponsored by 2 Loss. So shout out to 2 Loss again, and shout out to Kaya Tequila, who's also sponsoring us. It's going to be Alex Molly and the artist who both are dropping. Well, artist already dropped their project, and Alex is about to do a crazy drop too. So come tune in. It's at Cafe Irresolute in Brooklyn. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Nyla Symone, NYLASYMONEEE.
And that's the next Certified Vibe.
Next Certified Vibe. Yes.
Next Friday.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Nyla.
Big Nyla.
Girl.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. We throw back on a Friday. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got to salute Neil Brennan for joining us today.
Salute to the good brother Neil Brennan. Make sure you check out his new Netflix special, Crazy Good. Let me tell you something about Neil Brennan, man. Neil Brennan makes some of the best stand-ups. 3 mics and blocks, 2 of the most creative stand-up specials. He actually makes specials that are actually special. I haven't seen Crazy Good yet, but 3 mics and blocks were fantastic.
And also Michael Eric Dyson for joining us this morning.
Salute to the good brother Michael Eric Dyson, man. I don't even know what Michael Eric Dyson got going on because he's Michael Eric Dyson. He always got something going on. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Go listen to Michael Eric Dyson to get your vocabulary better.
And if you don't know the words to any songs, call Michael Eric Dyson.
Right. You right about that.
And when we come back, we got the positive notice to Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Today is the day Civil War is finally in theaters. Now, Jess, I know you like big action movies, and Civil War has it all.
Yes, everybody been talking about this. They told me there's going to be a lot of action involved. Y'all know I'm up for a good little war.
It will definitely keep you on the edge of your seat. In a future America, a team of military-embedded journalists races against time to reach Washington, D.C. before rebel factions descend upon the White House. If you enjoyed Last of Us or Apocalypse Now, then this is the movie for you. From A24 and written and directed by Alex Garland, Civil War is in theaters right now, so get your tickets because you definitely have to see the action sequences in IMAX. So do yourself a favor and go see Civil War this weekend and experience on IMAX. Positive notes up next. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, but before I do the positive note, man, you know, I don't know why I do this at this time all the time. I keep forgetting. But I just want to tell y'all, make sure to get your tickets for the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival. The tickets are moving. We're on pace to sell out. So go get those tickets, man, at eventbrite.com or blackeffect.com/podcast festival. When they gone, they gone. Okay? So we got Wallow and Gilly on that stage. The Poor Minds podcast will be on that stage. Dre and Lex. We got Horrible Decisions, Mandy and Weezy on that stage. We got Debbie Brown with Deeply Well. The Baller Alert Show will be on that stage. Will Lucas with Black Tech Green Money. And the good sister Jess Hilarious will be doing her podcast, Carefully Reckless, on that stage. It's hosted by B-Dot and Pretty V.
Yes.
We have the Black Effect Marketplace with all your favorite, restaurants and food trucks, and we have the Pitch Your Podcast activation. Whole lot of good stuff, man. So we'll see you Saturday, April 27th in Atlanta at the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival. Go to eventbrite.com or blackeffect.com/podcast festival to get your tickets. Now, the positive note is simply this: removing yourself from places where you don't feel loved, appreciated, or respected is a form of self-care. Have a great weekend.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?